Because of the whole work.
Yeah, fucking bullshit. I fucking went and donated plasma again. They still want to know if you're gay before they let you sell your plasma.
Yeah, you can still sell it but you have to pretty much have not been gay for a year. Like I think that's the rules. Like you have to, which I don't know. I remember they were talking about this on NPR a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't make sense because how would they prove that? Like, is it like a tree with like the rings
It's the
that
honor
they use
system.
on a butthole? Like I don't, you know what I mean?
Now, are you gay? Now remember, we're on the honor system.
When was the last time you had sex with a man?
It's as if if you lie, you're a bad person, but them asking in the first place is fine.
All the douchey gay guys would be like, last night, dude.
Dude, we used to have fucking dudes. We used to have cross-dressers. Whatever you want to call them.
Have you seen, did you watch The Irishman yet?
Nah, because I've been worried, and so I didn't want to spend money. And Netflix busted me, I guess. I tried 3 different accounts, email accounts, and I couldn't get a free one.
Oh, really? That blows.
I still feel like somewhat 50% obligated to pay. Because he did spend over $100 million on this fucking movie. Did you see it?
No, I still haven't watched it.
I want to watch it. I wanted him to talk about it.
I'm probably might try and watch it on Wednesday or Thursday.
I guess maybe I'll get a new email. I guess maybe I can just start a whole new email account.
You could do that.
Are you sure that 3 different email accounts?
I mean, it might just be Hulu. Hulu, that's way more lax about it.
Netflix is the laxiest of lax, but I mean, I imagine at some point they would start tightening up security. And this would be the perfect moment to do it after they invest $150 million in a fucking movie. You might want to tighten security a little.
I used it last night, and it still works on my ex-girlfriend's account on my TV.
Really?
Yeah, but I can't remember the email or password. I used to know it. So whenever it does, because every now and then it'll just log you out. Whenever it does inevitably do that, I'm going to have to get my own.
See, this is what I was going to do. Peter Bogdanovich directed this movie about a boy growing up in a small Texas town in the 1950s, and then he would say, I don't even know. Jesus Christ, The Last Picture Show. And then I would say, wrong, the answer is MASH. And then he would catch on that, oh, okay, you're just fucking with me. Here.
He might not catch on. You don't know that. Like, you really don't.
It says here, moops. I'm sorry, moops is the answer.
That sounds like a racial slur.
It
for,
is.
Like,
it's
Asian
Moors.
people. Oh.
Moors. Don't you remember? It's the boy in the bubble in Seinfeld. Moops.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that. Jack Nicholson played a Navy police officer.
The Last Detail.
Sent to pick up Randy Quaid.
The Last Detail. I am the Shore Patrol, motherfucker. I am the Shore Patrol.
I tried to watch, what's that movie called? It's supposed to be, like, really good, and it was so fucking slow. Chinatown?
Chinatown's tough.
Yeah, I couldn't get through it.
You don't like it?
I couldn't get through it.
You want me to tell you how it ends?
It was too slow.
Oh, okay.
I fell asleep.
It's his sister and his daughter. She's my sister and my daughter. And when he smacks Faye Dunaway, he goes, I want the truth. I am telling the truth. He's my sister. She's my daughter. She's my sister and my daughter.
Is that literally how it ends?
No, it ends with her getting a bullet in her head. John Huston fucks Faye Dunaway, gets her pregnant, and then he wants the daughter that they produced together. And then I watched the sequel the other day. The sequel, it's not better, but it's still good. Do you think that was worth fucking a 13-year-old girl for? Because Chinatown is Roman Polanski.
Oh,
And it's 2 great movies, Rosemary's Baby and Chinatown.
I've seen Rosemary's Baby all the way through. It's a good one.
Never once thought about him banging a 13-year-old.
I don't know if it's worth a 13-year-old. 15,
well, not worth it.
15 it would be worth it, but like 13.
But you never thought about it though, right?
No.
See, I never have that problem. I never think about it. I mean, I could listen to Bill Cosby. I could listen to Bill Cosby's Spanish Fly bit.
I can still listen to Remix to Ignition and enjoy every moment of it.
Yeah, it's a good song.
I've always thought Michael Jackson's music was, you know, you've heard it once, you've heard it a million times.
Yeah, but sometimes, you know what my favorite song is, though? The only song off of Thriller that I really like?
What?
It's a Pretty Young Thing. I'm serious. I like off-the-wall stuff better than Thriller stuff. And Thriller, I think that record's... I think all of his stuff is overrated.
I mean, yeah. I don't know if I can say it's overrated because it got to the level it got to, but it's not. I never thought, like, even as a kid, like, I can see the catchiness in it, but I just don't know how it's praised as much as it is. Because he's not even, like, his singing is decent, but he's not even, like, an amazing vocalist. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't do any, like, Tom York, like, he proves that he can fucking sing, but, like, there, you know, other than whenever he was a little kid, his singing chops almost seems like they went down.
Yeah.
Once he hit puberty, he wasn't as good of a singer.
I went back and I looked at the moonwalk again. It wasn't that hot.
It's not as impressive.
I remember when I remember seeing it the first time, it looked like he was floating across the stage. And I went back and I go, oh no, it's just a moonwalk. By the way, that's one of the stupidest fucking dance moves ever. You're not. That's not how you walk on the moon.
Yeah, there's no gravity on the moon.
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
Well, there's gravity. It's just very, very little.
Now, this movie, I've never seen this movie, but it's famous because in it, Cary Grant's wife thinks that her husband's trying to murder her, and so he brings her a glass of milk, and the glass of milk glows because Hitchcock put a light inside of it.
Well, because she thinks that's poison?
Yeah, she thinks it's poison, so Hitchcock put a light inside of the milk.
Did it end up that she was just crazy?
Yeah, she was just crazy.
How did I know?
Oh, because it's a woman.
Got him.
Take the Money and Run. Hilarious Woody Allen movie. That's when he goes into a bank with a note, and then they argue about his grammar. And he's like, I'm going to have to send this to my manager.
That's a pretty funny bit.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to have to send this to my manager. It says, I have a gub.
A gub?
No, he goes, I have a gun.
Oh.
He's like, no, this says gub.
They're just shitting on his handwriting?
Yeah, another time he escapes from jail, and he carves a fake gun out of soap, and then he finally gets out of the cell, and he's about to get out the gate, and then it starts raining.
Oh, God. That's not as good of a bit, but that's... The thought of like that interaction during a bank heist is really funny, though. That's a really good bit.
Yeah, didn't Art?
I can appreciate that.
I got a friend that robbed 8 banks. He lives in Seattle
Successfully?
now. Yes.
Did he do the whole pass the note, keep it low key thing?
Yes, I think that I kind of fucked up because I let him move up, and I never really talked to him about the bank robberies. Or about jail. I barely talked to him about jail, too.
You barely talked to him about his experiences in jail?
Yeah.
Well, did he go to prison or jail?
Yeah, he did 8 years in prison.
So he did get caught eventually?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. But not every time?
No, it was a spree.
Oh.
He was a heroin addict, and he just had some kind of nervous breakdown. So he just started
hitting banks one after the other on one crazy day?
Yeah, I think
that's sick.
I think it was his version of rock bottom.
I mean, he got to...
But only 8 years in prison, and what I wanted to ask him, does that mean you didn't use a gun? Or were these state banks? Or, like, how did you only get a year?
Per bank?
A year per bank.
Yeah, that is weird, because they would have to, or should do it on separate charges for each. Was he white?
He was white. I don't think he had any convictions. He was young.
Oh, yeah, that's what it was.
It had to been.
Was he a clean-cut guy? Could definitely pass for an admirable citizen?
Yeah, probably before the heroin. But he was a weed dealer.
I mean, there's that kid that fucking raped that girl
and threw her behind a dumpster?
Yeah, and got away with it because he's young. and white. Like, literally, they were just like, I don't know if prison would be too good for him. He could get hurt. Like, yeah, he raped some chick. Like, there are people that have clearly testified. And we're like, yeah, that's him. I saw it. Hey, that's America, baby.
Yeah, 8 years. Started writing. I guess he went to Columbia when he got out. And moved to Seattle.
Did you ever watch that? It was a little docu-series on Netflix called, I think it was called Evil Genius, and it was about this woman.
Oh, I haven't watched it.
Dude, it's so good with the guy. She got the guy to put on fake explosives and go try and rob a bank for her.
I thought they were real explosives.
Oh, maybe they were. Yeah, because they blew up. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and then they made a comedy about it.
Yeah, his fucking... Dude, that is a crazy documentary.
I just think it's funny, that's
for
so
such
disturbing.
a white trash woman, she really had some fucking... She was an intelligent sociopath, but, she was also just, ugh.
But she was, butt ugly, too?
Oh, yeah, she's not cute. And she,
so
they interview her, and she is a fucking cunt. I mean...
Yeah, because she's not dating, so she has plenty of time to come up with evil schemes.
And it's they're interviewing her from prison, so I guess she's not in a great mood. But, the whole time she's saying that she was innocent, and that you should watch it. If you end up making a new email and getting a new Netflix account after The Irishman, it's probably, no, it was a Netflix original, so it's probably still on there.
Oh, yeah, and I remember, I've been always putting it off and stuff. I just always thought it was funny that they made a movie about it, and they decided, let's turn this into a comedy.
That is really funny. What was the movie called?
I don't remember, but Jesse Eisenberg might be in it. I hate Jesse Eisenberg.
It wasn't 30 Minutes or Less, was it?
It might be.
I don't know if anybody dies in that.
It was about a kid.
He does get basically blackmailed to.
Yeah, but they put a bomb on him.
Yeah, but it's not it doesn't really represent that story at all.
But isn't that what happened in real life? Didn't they get this guy from a pizza delivery guy, and they held him hostage, put bombs on him, and then had him rob banks?
Yeah, I guess you're right. They're just. Yeah. It was just, yeah, I guess so. You're right. I didn't think about it like that.
We should write a comedy version of Jim Jones. The Jim Jones story.
They kind of did something like that. Have you ever watched Portlandia?
Oh, yeah. Are you talking about Wild Country?
The first episode.
Oh, no.
They're at a restaurant. And they're like, I have questions about the chicken.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that sketch.
And then they go.
That's one of the few sketches
And then they end up joining, the cult, going to find the farm where the chickens are raised.
Yeah.
And it's Jason Sudeikis runs it. It's really funny.
Do they give all the chickens Kool-Aid?
No, I don't even think it really references Jonestown. There's one part where Jason Sudeikis, he's the leader of the cult, and he's dying, and the wife, it's a husband and wife, and what was the wife's name? Nancy, and she would be like, please don't go, and you just look up and just be like, Nancy, you're kind of being a bitch right now. You need to stop being a bitch. And you just be like, all right, guys.
Wait a second.
I'll see you on the other side. And they're like, please don't leave. It's like, Nancy, stop being a bitch. You're being a real bitch right now, Nancy. It's great.
Why don't we go up to Bubba and get him to sign over the rights to turn his story into a comedy? I mean, if they did it with this 30 Minutes or Less movie, you could do anything into a comedy then.
Now I'm trying to remember why they needed him to rob the bank in that movie. Because I've seen the movie multiple times. I don't really mind Jesse Eisenberg that much. Although I get it.
Have you seen him playing Lex Luthor?
No. That sounds really dumb.
I've been watching a lot of that. There's a series on YouTube called Everything Wrong With. And I watched Batman and I'm Batman and I'm wicked smart.
Oh, with Ben Affleck, dude.
Ben Affleck.
Say what you want. He was a good Batman.
That movie's really bad. That movie comes down to basically the same idea as Three's Company. You know how you ever watch Three's Company? Okay, do you understand so Mr. Furley will be fixing the pipes, right? In the bathroom, and he'll overhear Chrissy talking about a splinter, and then just for some whatever reason assume they're talking about getting an abortion. And then the whole episode, for 30 minutes, it's them talking about separate things. That's literally what Superman versus Batman is. It's all a big misunderstanding. They're talking about entirely different things. They never once sit down and have a conversation with each other, because that would ruin the entire movie.
I don't understand. And doesn't Batman win?
Yeah, and how that's even a fucking fight is bizarre.
Yeah, doesn't
make any sense.
Superman have fucking laser vision? Like,
yes. Superman is impossible to beat.
Yeah, that's like when people said, just like, well, I guess that's the only way they could end it to make the movie worth it.
Yeah.
You know, because everyone's just like,
this is stupid.
Of course, Captain America won.
Superman. That's Superman's problem. Superman is the most generic superhero of all time, because Superman, he's not from any small town. He's from Smallville. He doesn't move to any big city. He moves to Metropolis.
Technically, he's from a small planet called Krypton.
What are his special powers? Oh, all of them.
Everything. Have you seen the Incredibles movies by chance?
No.
At the end of the first one, they like have a little baby, and so they're like, oh, it's a third kid in the family. Let's figure out what powers it is, and it's a great like, what's the word? Cliffhanger, reason to go see the second one to see what Jack, that's the baby's name's powers are, and the baby has like 19 fucking powers. And they're all like really unique, like he can like hop into other dimensions for a second and then just pop back in, and like, I mean, he had some pretty creative powers, I'll give him that, but like, it was fucking absurd.
So like, this was Forrest Gump before Forrest Gump. This movie came out in 1983, and the effects were more believable than Forrest Gump. It was the same premise, like he would be around famous people. It literally ends with him at a Nazi rally. And
so exactly the same.
Yeah, well, not exactly the same. He's not a fucking moron and a fascist. Whatever. I don't like the politics of Forrest Gump. But, yeah.
Something jumped up and bit him in the buttocks.
Something jumped up in the buttocks. That was in the Everything Is Wrong, too.
And now I have AIDS.
Oh, that was my thing at Marines, is they asked me what my...
Gay Forrest Gump. That's really funny.
Gay Forrest Gump.
Life is like a box of chocolates. It doesn't taste as good as dick.
Life is like a box of black cock.
It tastes better than chocolates.
Life is like a box of chocolate balls. I can put in my mouth. They're delicious and firm and full.
Life is like a Grindr account.
Bitch, I don't love you. I love you like a friend. Bitch, you need to get your life together.
I love you, Lieutenant Dan, romantically. I'm in love with you.
My boyfriend Bubba
and now
is dead.
You can't run, you legless gimp.
I miss Bubba. Bubba's a love sponge. That's what he would call him. But Jenny, you need to get your shit together, girl.
You have AIDS. And you got it from me, because I'm homosexual Forrest Gump.
You can do better than that wife-beating hippie of yours. Let's go mix it up with these Black Panthers. I want to go to their Black Panther party.
Let's go hang with these black people. They will love me. I mean, they love goofy white guys. That's their favorite demographic of white people. Yeah. And Forrest Gump is very goofy and harmless seeming. I'll say that.
I got really mad because I was watching Armageddon. Everything Wrong with Armageddon. And I forgot. There's a scene at the beginning of Armageddon where first of all, Armageddon doesn't even mean the apocalypse. Armageddon means a final battle between good and evil. So they think evil is a fucking rock floating in outer space? Or is that good? Because I get really confused because they're running an oil tanker. And there's a scene where they're playing golf and they're hitting golf balls at a Greenpeace boat. So I take it to mean that good must be the meteor that's hurtling towards Earth. Because clearly Bruce Willis is evil. in that movie. And why is his fucking daughter on a tank full of men if he's like scared about her virginity? Like that's the like bringing your daughter onto a tanker full of men. That's something you would do if you want your daughter to lose like all of her cherries at once.
Yeah, no, that's
like
a
her butt
really
cherry,
bad
mouth
idea.
cherry, vagina cherry.
That's a bad idea.
Yeah.
And you're stuck in there with them, close quarters.
And Ben Affleck in the commentary points out the most obvious detail. And he said he asked Michael Bay on set. He asked him, "Why wouldn't it be easier to train NASA astronauts to drill a hole in a meteor than to train oil drillers on fly in outer space?"
That's so true.
And then Michael Bay flipped out on him and went, "This happened in real life."
Michael Bay said it happened in real life?
Yes.
Oh my god. I'm glad he didn't go on Oprah with that shit. He could have gotten Million Little Pieces. Like, you know, they'd be like, this shit is not real.
Oh, I brought up Million Little Pieces last time because I forgot to mention they're making that into a movie, but they're pretending as if it's real. Like there's no meta thing, you know. Like Chuck Barris made a fake.
God, they are milking dude. Nostalgia is taking over, and it's not good.
Well, I think that they're thinking that there's enough time has passed where people won't think that people will just assume that it's a real life story.
I mean, it was a long time ago. Like, it was probably like 20 years ago.
It was
Because I was really young.
Really?
Yeah.
It was Sopranos. It was when the Sopranos were on.
I think Sopranos came on in like 01 or some shit like that.
I think it was probably 04 or 05, something like that.
Really?
So it's probably about 15 years ago.
I don't think I was fucking in high school.
That guy's worth a couple $1 million, which I'm surprised he's not worth more. Because you know what else he did? He started a company, a book writing company, where he would get creative writing students, and they would concoct a teen novel. And there's a teen book series, a young adult series that they made a movie about. I can't remember what it was called. The 5th or the 6th. It's got a number in it. Anyways, it's a series. It's a book series. And they made a movie out of it. I don't know if it made any money, but they were trying to jump on the whole bandwagon of young adult stories.
Apparently, it's already a movie that came out last year.
Oh, really? It didn't even make it into theaters? Ha ha.
Yeah.
Ha ha, you suck.
30% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, wow. It's got the Sons of Anarchy. Or as this lady I used to work with calls it, Sons of Anarchy.
Fuck, is she one of those people? Does she also say robots?
Robots?
Instead
Oh,
of
like robots. I don't want our jobs to be replaced by a bunch of robots.
Tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
Oh, you're right. 03 it came out.
Washroom.
Genres, memoir, biography,
Are you
fiction.
sure it's not pronounced genre?
It literally says biography, fiction, autobiography.
Oh, did you see that?
Misery lit?
Did you see? Google Freddie Got Fingered. Because I posted this, but I don't know if anyone else noticed it. I posted a picture of this.
I saw the picture. I didn't.
You didn't look at it?
No, I looked at it. I just don't remember noticing anything.
Oh. Okay. Go down.
I got a 10 on Rotten Tomatoes. They didn't.
This is action thriller. God damn it. In the picture I've got, it says action thriller. You got to click on it, I guess.
It says it's an action thriller in the review.
No, well, whatever picture I took, it said action thriller. Action/thriller.
Audience score gave it a lot higher. That's really funny. I didn't read it though. I was
But that's
just
good.
like
56%.
calling Tom Green's extreme gross out comedy.
Yeah, but the one I guess you gotta look at Wikipedia or whatever the first entry is.
Surrealist cringe comedy film.
What about further down?
I mean, I believe that you saw it like that.
Oh no, I screenshot it.
Yeah, I don't know.
And I don't know why it's
unsettling, funny, disturbing.
Unsettling. Well,
I mean,
anyways.
that's a good point.
It was unsettling.
I can see how that would be upsetting for people.
And he stole a joke from Steve Martin, which I thought was funny. Him and Bowfinger have, and that's why I was looking that up, and I found that. I was looking up to find out who came up with this joke first. He goes into, he's got a phone, like his house phone, and he pretends it's a cell phone. Steve Martin does that.
Oh, yeah.
Where he's like, buy, sell, buy, sell. Steve Martin did that in Bowfinger.
It's meta, dude.
Yeah.
If Bam Margera can steal all his bits.
Where did he steal his bitch from?
Tom Green, dude. All the shit of where Bam Margera's like fucking with his parents and Viva La Bam.
Yeah.
That's all like Tom Green.
Wasn't his dad like a child molester or something?
I don't know. I think maybe that Vito guy was.
Oh, who's Vito?
He's like his dad's brother or friend. He was just always around, and he just always complained, and I hated that show so much. I was just like, how's he doing this to his parents? Like, my dad would end me. Oh, it's
You ever
26
heard-
minutes, I think
You ever heard Richard Nixon complaining about gay people on?
No, but he probably brought up some good points. Let me go see. I think I can put my shit in the dryer.